Hi, everybody, and welcome to day 4 of Flow. Find your path, love your body. Today, day 3, open to possibilities. So if you are in your worksheet, we're on the workbook, we are in day, open up to possibility. And I'm just going to take a second and sum up what we've done so far. So in day 1, we really did focus on the vision of who we want to be in the future. And we talked about the difference between, when I was 18 and I was so overwhelmed by the thought of getting married and having a family. And I was so overwhelmed with the struggle with my weight and my body image that I couldn't, there's no way I could even imagine that at 38, weight isn't an issue for me anymore. My body image isn't an issue for me anymore. I have 5 beautiful children. I live in Israel. I have a wonderful marriage, and all of the hardships that had to happen in the last 20 years to get here, I couldn't have imagined that it was even possible to overcome them. And sometimes when we get so set on, it has to be today that I'm going to reach my goal, and I have to be able to do it in the next 3 months. We put so much pressure on ourselves that we end up taking a lot longer to do something that really, if we were just taking baby steps, we would have accomplished. It would have become part of us. It would just be part of our life. And then today I have a whole new set of challenges to deal with, Baruch Hashem, which 10 years from now, we did the concept of like, where are we going to be 10 years from now? So when I thought about where I'm going to be 10 years from now at 48, aging parents, my parents are starting to age, and my kids getting married, and money issues, and all kinds of things that I have to work on between now and then. Genetic predispositions for high cholesterol, all kinds of things that I know if I just make little steps today, in 10 years from now, I'll be in a better place when all of those things are happening. And so you guys cast your own vision for the future, and you guys came up with ideas about how you want to be aging and playing with your grandchildren, and how movement is so important to you. And other people talked about trust, that in 10 years from now, they trust themselves that there's always going to be healthy food for them and their family, and it's just not an issue anymore. And so focusing on every healthy meal they prepare, every successful grocery trip is building that future that feels authentic and easy in the future. Yesterday, we dug into loving our body, and that some of the things that happen for us as women is that we disconnect from our body, and we don't like to associate ourselves with our body. I'm my mind, my thoughts, my feelings, my intellect, my curiosity. I'm my emotions. I'm an empath. I love other people. I'm emotionally present. How I feel about people. That's who I really am. I'm my soul. I'm just the divine spark. That's my connection to God. But my body, I'm not so much my body. That's very shallow. But no, we are equally our body as we are our thoughts, as we are our feelings, as we are our intentions. And our soul is placed in this body, and the person that we recognize ourselves to be is the soul working through this body. And the same way, we have no problem spending extra money or time on a mitzvah like the lulav and the etrog, and buying something extra beautiful, or a beautiful Seder plate, or a beautiful washing cup to wash your hands in the morning, or any other way that you invest in mitzvot. Investing in your physical health and aesthetic beauty, that it has a meaning to you, not for other people, but because it makes living in this body more joyful for you. That's also part of enhancing the mitzvah of all the other things that you do with your body every day. When you hug your child, when you help somebody, when you cook a meal, everything that you do with your hands, your feet, your eyes, your mouth, your taste is enhanced when you enhance it. And that's truly amazing. Today, we're going to talk about opening up to possibility. And I'm going to share a little bit more of my story with your permission. And if you're with me here before I share my story, you caught up, you're following where we are, just put a 1 in the chat to make sure that we're all together and that everyone's in the same place. Just put a 1 in the chat so I know we're caught up, and we're going to start a new topic. Excellent. Great. Okay, so today we're going to open up to possibility. And what that means is, well, I'll tell you a little bit more of my story. So I talked about how I really went on this journey to find healthy and to find self-love for myself, not cut up. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. So I'll make sure to fill in blanks as I go. And if you get stuck or don't know where we are, please feel free to ask. So I went to holistic nutrition school. I already had my degree in psychology, and the company I was working for in America was closing. And I had this opportunity of a year while they were still paying my salary to go back and pick a new career that I wanted. And so holistic nutrition, which had kind of become my hobby over 10 years, I was 28 years old, right? So from 18 to 28, I'd been investing and learning about health just for myself and psychology. And I decided that, you know what, at 28, I have to get a new job anyway. Why not go for what my dream job would be? And that would be to become a health coach or of some kind. So I researched all the schools, and I found the Institute of Integrative Nutrition in New York, and they had an online program. And it was a huge amount of money to invest and time. And I spoke to my husband, and I decided to go for it. And one of the really interesting things that they taught us in school was this concept of primary food, that your life, your money relationships, your ability to cook healthy food, your grocery shopping, your environment, your sexual drive and how you feel about your body sexually, your spirituality, your connection to God and your faith, all of these things, your fun, if you have fun and hobbies and other things in your life, all of those things are actually your primary foods. And the nutrition stuff they were going to teach us was secondary. And I was like, what did I just get myself into? Seriously, I have been overweight my whole life. I am now really healthy. I figured out being healthy. How come I'm still in that overweight zone? I'm still healthy overweight. At this point, even starting nutrition school, I'm barely eating refined sugars. I'm eating mostly organic. I am mostly vegetarian, except on Shabbos. All these things I'm doing. I'm exercising on YouTube and going to workout classes 6 days a week, right? Like, I've done this work. Are you telling me it's all this other stuff? And so I was very skeptical. I was very, very skeptical. And as we started to go through the journey together over that 18 months of learning, was very, very intense. It was a lot of hours. It was a lot of time. We had to coach clients for free and do it with an instructor watching us. It was very, very, very intense. And what kept on coming up over and over and over again is, well, this client of mine wouldn't be drinking her water because, she was so busy with her little kids. And this guy, he never ate lunch because in his office, it wasn't acceptable to take a break for lunch. And I started to see how, wait, maybe there is something to this. There's something to physical and mental, emotional, spiritual, environmental health, having a lot to do with whether we're seeing any results from our trying to be physically healthier. And still, I didn't see much about weight loss. And I started experimenting on myself. I said, okay, so I know first principles of nutrition that they taught us was more water and more vegetables. First thing, I'm not surprised this is in any plan that is scientifically based. Those are the two things that should go first: more water, more vegetables. And then they taught us through all the different colors of vegetables. We went into their health properties for gut and immunity and things like that. And still, I was healthy overweight. Still, I was healthy overweight. And I